You know, we read about people and it says they were dirt poor. Were you dirt poor?
Well, we were dirt poor, but most people back there were poor. I grew up on a farm in a family of 12 children, 6 girls and 6 boys, and a lot of people had big families. People asked me if we were Catholic because we had so many children. I said, no, just horny Baptist.
I mean, you present yourself to the world in a particular way. At what age did you become the way we know you today?
You mean all the bizarre, outrageous clothes and hair and makeup? Well, I wanted to do it all my life because I just always loved hair and makeup, but I also did grow up very religious. My mother's people, my grandfather was a Pentecostal preacher, and that was a very strict religion. You weren't even allowed to like shave your legs or pluck your eyebrows, wear lipstick or anything. And so, needless to say, by the time I was 15, they thought I was destined to go straight to down there. It's like when the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there.
Yeah, and what was it that triggered, you know, their disapproval? What was the first thing you did?
Well, the first time that I actually started wanting to dress, wear makeup and tight clothes, there was a lady in our town that everybody said was trash. She was like a hooker.
Yeah.
I didn't know what any of that meant. I just thought she was beautiful because she wore short, tight clothes. She had red nails, red toenails, and yellow hair. And Mom would say, "Oh, don't look at her, she's just trash." And I thought, that's what I want to be when I grow up, trash. But actually, I just thought she was beautiful. And so I was about 15 years old. As soon as I started making a little bit of money, so I could go to the drugstore to buy some peroxide to color my hair, started doing that. But it was just my way, a country girl's idea of what glamour was. So it came from a sincere place, and I still enjoy painting and powdering and looking artificial, but hopefully people know that I'm totally real. I just look totally artificial.
Have you, this is a very delicate question, but have you had any work done?
Well, I'll have anything done I need to. If I see something dragging, sagging, and bagging, I just go fix it. I said, could you lift that up a little? Hey, I'm a showgirl. But I'm not bashful about that. I don't go around talking about it, but if someone asks me, I tell them. So, you know, I've been at it a long time, and I truly do look at myself like a show horse or like a show dog. You got to keep them up, you know. So I kind of have to be responsible for the way I look.
I remember Cindy Crawford remarked one time that, you know, people say, you look fabulous, and she says, do you realize how long it takes me to become Cindy Crawford in the mornings?
Yeah, that's true. I always have, my favorite line is to, you know, when I'm talking about making money, I said, you know, I need to make a lot of money because it would amaze you to know how much it costs to make a person look this cheap. And there's a lot of truth in that.
Have you ever had trouble from people commenting on your quite extraordinary physique?
Well, I don't call it trouble. It's worked well for me. It's like, are you talking about these? Particularly, it's like I said, they serve me well. I don't get offended when people make jokes about them because I kind of, you know, present myself the way I do. And like I say, I don't know if I'm supporting them or they're supporting me. But we've worked out real well for each other through the years. But I'm comfortable with who I am and how I am. I have a very outgoing personality, and I just kind of can't get enough of anything. So I just kind of overdo everything, but I'm serious.
You graduated from high school?
Oh, yes. I graduated from high school in 1964.
And you had determined that you wanted to be a star?
Yes.
I mean, there's music in your family, and the others are not stars, so what was it you reckon about you among your siblings?
Well, it's hard to say, although I have, like you say, many of my people saying we get the music from my mother's side of the family, a big part of that. And but I just always had a real outgoing personality. I think probably as much as anything, because there's some of my brothers and sisters sing and write lots better than I do. But I also had this personality that enjoyed people. I was never afraid of people. I would just kind of get out there and hang myself if I had to, you know, just jump in the water. So probably as much as anything, it's just that I had a more outgoing personality and was at the right place at the right time.
You met your husband on the very first night out in Nashville?
It was daytime, but yes, it was. I graduated from high school in Sevier County, Tennessee, on a Friday night in 1964, and I got on the Greyhound bus, headed to Nashville the next morning. I had taken all my clothes, some of them dirty. I had all my luggage packed, you know, and all my matching luggage, like 4 paper bags from the same grocery store. But I had taken dirty clothes. And so I went into this little laundromat. It was called the Wishy Washy Laundromat. And my husband, I went outside while my clothes were washing. And I was just walking around, just looking around, and here comes this good-looking guy, and he pulls over, we start talking, and 2 years later, we were married, and it's been wishy-washy ever since. For 38 years we've been together, 36 years we've been married.
That's kind of a unique situation in showbiz, yeah. What's the secret?
I stay gone. Long separations is always good for a marriage. But no, actually he's my best friend, and we're not in the same business. We have just enough stuff in common to really enjoy each other, but we're different enough to where it really makes it interesting.
Yeah.